Hi, JB here at Germain Lexus, and today I'm going to show you the new RX 350 and why it's still the #1 selling luxury SUV in America. So let's start here at the front of the RX with the beautiful redesigned front fascia of the vehicle. As you can see, this is an F Sport model that we're working with here that has a completely updated grille. You've got some safety features here behind the emblem, which we'll look at when we test drive the vehicle a little bit later, as well as multiple cameras around this vehicle. So there's one in the front of the grille, as well as one on the top of the windshield there, also for safety. Let's go over here to the LED daytime running lamp and the bi-LED headlamps here for better visibility at nighttime. Definitely makes the RX a much safer vehicle to drive in low light settings. And now I want to show you a couple of things about the driver's side of the RX 350. And specifically, let's start here with the wheels. So you've got a 20-inch RX F Sport wheel that's available in the F Sport package only. There's also some other upgrades and updates on the vehicle as well when it comes to the wheels. You also have F Sport badging around the vehicle to let everyone know how cool your RX really is. You also, I want to point out the mirrors here where you have another camera here, and I'll show you that and some other ones as well and let you know how that works, as well as a blinker here in the mirror that lets people in front of you know and next to you, lets you know that you're turning the vehicle or changing lanes. And back here, lastly, I want to show you the gas door, how that functions there. So from this point here, you can push the door open and it opens up for you. It also locks up from the inside to keep people from tampering with it. And the nice thing is the RX gets 22 miles to the gallon. And then there's also a hybrid option if you want some better gas mileage, gets you 30 miles to the gallon. Here at the back of the RX 350, you've got some updating to the rear fascia of the car, as well as some updated tail lamps as well. Lexus has kind of hidden their L symbol throughout the car. So you've got some LED wraparound tail lights back here in the back on both sides there, as well as more F Sport badging on the vehicle as well. The other really great thing about the new RX is the available option to use your foot to open the trunk. So if your hands are full, you simply, your head beep, opens up, and you throw everything that you got in your arms in there. Now the other nice thing about the RX is the ample amount of room they have in the cargo area. So whether it's a weekend getaway, whether it's a golf trip, whether it's just taking the kids to the park, you've got plenty of space back here to put all your equipment. Also, the RX has a 60-40 split back here in the back, which actually allows you to double the capacity almost. So for all my RX guests that have larger families, you might need a third row. We do make the RXL, which has a couple more inches in the back for more cargo space, and a third row for the RX. You also have more cargo space if you run out of space on the inside to add in crossbars and a roof rack as well. Another really nice thing about the RX is the smart access keys that we have, and literally you walk up to the door to lock it, you just touch this indentation here, and it locks all 4 doors for you and the trunk, and then to unlock it, just grab the handle. Hop on in. Now that we've done the outside, let's hop in and take a look at the interior. So let's take a look at the backseat of the RX. And if you can notice, and I'm sure you already have, there's this beautiful circuit red leather interior on the RX F Sport seats here. It's an available option for us. Also, you probably notice all of the detail that the Lexus Master Craftsman go through to design these cars with all the stitching and the perforations in the seats. There's also plenty of space back here. I have plenty of leg room, and also I have my own charging ports back here. I'm sure the kids always argue over those, right? So you got a couple of those for your passengers here. Also, you probably noticed how much light's in this vehicle right now. And if you want to look up, man, that's a beautiful view there. A panoramic moonroof available on the F Sport as well. So up here in the front of the RX 350, I wanted to point out a few things about the craftsmanship that goes into every Lexus vehicle. And even with the F Sport model, you've got just, exceptional quality materials, actual aluminum here on the doors, stitching on the dash as well. Every material is very soft and supple to the touch. Here on the center console, you've got the updated remote touch controller here from Lexus, which is really easy and smooth to use. You also have the option to touch the screen as well, which is very nice, very similar to how your smartphone works. You also have very simple layout with the dash. So you have your climate control here in this section, dual climate control for the driver and the passenger, and then you also have your radio controls here. Very simple design there as well. If you do want to get a little bit more, involved with the navigation system, which is nice, all you do is you control everything from here. You have a menu button, a map button, pretty easy shortcuts there. You can see on the screen something very awesome for this vehicle. You have Apple CarPlay for all of our iPhone users out there, as well as Android Auto available on the new RX. But plug your phone in, it's plug and play, it's ready to go. You can see all the apps that you've used recently, maps and things like that. Folks, let's look over at the driver's side of the RX 350. Very driver oriented in the fact that all the buttons, the touchscreen, everything's right at your fingertips. And the steering wheel, it's very soft once again, feels really good to grasp and drive with. This being the F Sport model, has a leather wrapped steering wheel with red stitching to match those beautiful red seats you have in the RX F Sport here. You also have paddle shifters for those days you go to the track, right? As well as ease of access for your radio controls here on the left side, and then your safety controls and information controls on the right side. Using these buttons here, you can access information on the left side of the dash, all digital. You can see information about your gas, how many MPG you're getting in the vehicle, your lane trace assist, which we'll look at here in just a moment on the road, as well as speed limits and stop signs and that kind of thing. The car is actually smart enough to show that to you. Here in the center, you have your digital speedometer for the F Sport model, as well as the ability to see if the car's in eco mode, normal, or in sport. So now that we've kind of went over some of the features of the RX 350, let's take it on a test drive and see how it performs out there in the real world. The RX 350 has some great safety features on it that is standard on the model. So Lexus kind of packaged some things together and things you'll probably use everyday driving. For example, it has lane trace assist, where it actually has a camera that I was showing you earlier in the windshield, and it actually looks ahead and sees the lines on the road. also traces the car in front of you, hence the name Lane Trace Assist. So it actually looks for vehicles in front of you, lane markers, and while you're driving, tries to keep you in that lane while you're going down the road. Also included with that package, you have radar cruise control, where the car will slow itself down all the way down to 0 and stop the car in the event of stop-and-go traffic on the highway. Also will speed you back up to your set cruising speed, which is also included, which is really nice. You also have intelligent high beams for nighttime driving, where the lights automatically come on and off as they need to. And lastly, you have the pre-collision system, which in the event of a imminent collision, the car senses that, it would alert you, and if need to, apply the brake. With that, you also have pedestrian detection, and as someone's walking across the street, you don't see them, the car tries to alert you and will apply the brake based on what it sees out there on that camera. So standard on all the Lexus RX 350s, great technology to have. Definitely sets it apart from some of the competition. So as it comes for performance, the RX 350 comes with a 3.5 V6 engine that produces about 295 horsepower. Now, for a little more oomph and power, the hybrid, believe it or not, actually produces 308 horsepower. To test drive one of these awesome vehicles today, visit GermainLexusDublin.com or LexusofEaston.com. Thanks for watching.